All right, it's our final segment this morning. John Harris with us from the Tennessee Firearms Association. Always a good conversation. Every time he comes on, I learn something, and I appreciate you joining us.
Thank you.
Let's go to, I believe next is Jeff. Hi, Jeff.
How you doing?
Good morning, Jeff. What's on your mind?
Got a couple questions.
Okay.
It's been a while since I bought a handgun, but is the waiting period when you walk in now, usually it takes 5 to 15 minutes, and I've always walked out the door with a handgun. And part two, if you do not have a carry permit, what are the laws right now in Tennessee carrying a loaded gun in your car, which I have every intentions of getting my carry permit, but it's backlogged so much from what I'm understanding. So if you could answer those, I'll stay on the line and listen, or hang up and listen, whichever you like me to do.
Whatever you like. I'll put you on hold and you'll be able to hear.
The waiting period for the purchase, Tennessee is under what's called the Tennessee Instant Check System, which is computerized background checks on new firearms purchases. And it's up and operational except for about 4 days a year, year-round. And the waiting period really turns on just how many people are, what the volume is. But it's typically 5 or 10 minutes. I've never seen it really go much more than about 30 minutes to complete a background check through the TIC system. It works pretty well in Tennessee now. Now, it wasn't true in '98 when it started, but now they've, give them 2 decades, they figure it out.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, what you can do with it, I've been told in terms of getting the handgun permit process done that by state law, they've got a maximum of 90 days to issue those permits. I've been told by some people recently that they've received their permits in as short as 3 or 4 weeks. So the process may be, for whatever reason, speeding up. I don't know if that's decreased interest or an increased staffing, but it may be speeding up. But if you don't have a permit, the statute we talked about earlier, Tennessee Code Annotated 3917, 1307E, allows you to transport without a permit any firearm in a vehicle that you privately possess. So it can't be an employer-provided vehicle. And that weapon can be loaded or unloaded. It doesn't have to be concealed, but you can't get out and walk around with it. It has to be in the vehicle.
As we wrap things up, what is your weapon of choice carrying for personal security? What do you like? Now, you're a gun aficionado. You have quite a collection. So what do you like if you're going out someplace and you just want to have a gun with you for whatever reason that's protection? What do you like?
Right. If I am dressed casual, my preferred weapon is a SIG 229 in .40 caliber.
Is it?
It's a particular model now.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's not a very large.
And not real heavy, so it's easier to. I mean, what do you think? I mean,
it's a very efficient, well-designed. The SIGs are used a lot by special forces in this country.
So reliable, well-designed, efficient.
Yeah, you don't want an unreliable firearm.
No, exactly.
No, that's like using a doctor that doesn't know where to put the shot.
Yeah. When you get, don't even think about that. When you get one, then with guns in general, do you get what you pay for? Would you say that?
By and large, yeah. You're much better off because it's a one-time investment.
Okay.
Buying a quality firearm. If it's something that you're going to put your life on, I mean, you don't go buy poorly designed out-of-round tires for your car. You buy good tires because your life depends on it. And if you're carrying for self-defense, you want a well-designed, reliable, safe firearm.
Safe, not only safe for yourself, safe for everyone else as well.
And that's why, for example, I mean, I know there's a lot of people out there that are fans of Glock firearms, and they shoot very well. They're fun recreational guns from my perspective because they got a light trigger pull. They point very well, but I think the trigger pull is too light. So I tell people when I teach the classes that from a self-defense perspective and carrying it on a regular basis and accidental discharges, it's safer to carry something with the double action only with a heavier trigger pull because it's less likely to accidentally discharge, which means you're less likely to create a mistake. And I can guarantee you, if you're under attack, that adrenaline pucker factor is going to kick in, and it's not going to matter if it's 5-pound trigger pull or 25.
You'll get it.
You're going to get it.
You'll get it. What do you think of revolvers?
I think revolvers are great pistols.
Are they still out there? Are there still? Everyone's got the ones with the magazine and all that. It seems like. But, I mean,
for a self-defense weapon, particularly for somebody that doesn't shoot a lot, revolvers are fantastic because they're almost all double action only these days.
And very, even more. I mean, there's no chance something's going to jam in a revolver.
No,
right?
no, they're very reliable, and if you load the right ammo in it, they're going to do what they're told to do when you pull the trigger.
And again, if you're in the market for a weapon, we just have a couple minutes. As with anything, I would think when guns are made, because of the nature of them, they're going to be well made. But there are cheaper guns. Don't name names. But cheaper guns, brands that you would stay away from, and others where you may have to save a little money and then make that investment where it's a more expensive weapon. But there are guns on the market that are cheap that you wouldn't trust.
Oh yeah. There's junk out there.
There is, like anything. There
right.
is. Now, I'm talking about new guns, not some old worn down gun, but new guns. Certain companies that you would not, just like anything.
Right.
Like
well,
certain tires.
Old worn down. I was at an event recently and we saw a pistol, a revolver, made in the 1870s.
Yeah.
I think listed for about $8,000.
Wow.
And it was just gorgeous, but I mean, that was when
they don't make them like that anymore.
No,
do
they don't. Well,
yeah.
they do.
I mean, but I'm just saying that was a well-made weapon. It still fires today, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely does. But spend the money on a good quality weapon. I mean, you can go to the extreme and spend a lot more than you should.
Yeah.
But there's a sweet spot between about $500 and $1,000 where you can get good quality weapons day in, day out. And one thing to do is to don't just go buy the first thing someone tells you to buy. You know, go with people that have a collection of guns and shoot different things.
I was going to say, that's the thing, and so often it's difficult to do, but yeah, don't just get advice and look, and then I would do that. If you can, have someone like you who has a wide range, go to a gun range and try a few of them.
Right.
See how they feel, and which one you like, right?
Because people's hands are different, and they shoot different weapons differently.
John Harris, as always, a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Well, hopefully we'll see you again in a few weeks. Come on back and join us.
I'm scheduled all the way up through the first half of the year.
Fantastic. And if anything else comes up that's important, you let us know and we'll make it happen, all right?
Very good.
John Harris for the Tennessee Firearms Association. I'll be back with a programming note about tomorrow right after this. Stay with us.